Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe cartoon collection Ram Man, Heroic Human Battering Ram. I am not into He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. When I was a kid, my brother and I had, three figures, I think? We had Skeletor and He-Man, and what's that guy that's kind of like blue with blonde hair, and you spin his waist and he twirls around and he has kind of like a weird visor or something. I can't remember the guy, but anyways, that was my favorite guy, and I think it was just because of his colors. But anyways, He-Man guys, my God, there's a lot of them out these days, so it's kind of impossible to keep up with how many there are. Now there's the movie version, there's the Turtles version, there's the Transformers version. There's just so many, it's just becomes crazy. So I cannot keep up, but since I'm not a He-Man guy, I'm totally fine. Totally fine with that. It's great for He-Man fans. So with this guy, I want to make a custom of Charlie 27, one of the original members of the Guardians of the Galaxy. If you don't know about Charlie 27, he is from, I forgot, Jupiter, Saturn. He's from one of the bigger planets, and his body is like really dense and really heavily built because of having lived on or evolved on a super high gravity world. But anyways, I thought this Ram Man kind of captures that aesthetic. Really wide build, and you don't see a lot of toys that are this proportion. So I thought I would try to use this guy. We get this little comic, I think, that comes with him, but we're not going to really take much of a look. Oh, that's so disappointing. It's not a comic. It's just a little cardboard piece. I thought it was similar to the old days, like when I was a kid. There were little tiny comics that would come with it, but it does have this little guide showing about where the figure can come apart, I guess. It looks like I'm going to have some challenges making him into Charlie 27 because we can't take off these gauntlets. We'll have to kind of sculpt around them. But anyways, the backside is just blank paper. But anyways, we'll start with his accessories. This guy was kind of plastically bound inside with the little plastic strips, but I cut those out in advance so it would be easier to do this review quickly. But let's take a look at his only accessory. That is this enormous hammer. So you can see, sorry, not hammer, this enormous axe. You can see it does have some kind of chips out of it. Hopefully the light will show up. It's kind of oily looking here. It's kind of weird texture, but anyways, yeah, it's a big solid chunk of plastic. It's kind of a weird design, but I think that's probably designed for kids' safety. But if we get this guy out, then he is a beefcake. It's my first time to get him out, so this is what he looks like. We'll zoom in a little bit more. Sorry, focus in a little bit more, I should say. This guy's plastic. I can't help but think this is really, really, really like loose and kind of flimsy feeling. So I don't know if that's to many people's liking, but I guess it does give you the option of taking it off easily and using this guy for his posability more. Let's see what I can do with it on. Yeah, it just kind of knocks it off. So, but anyways, he is a really beefy boy. We'll try to check out his aesthetic here for just a moment. He's got this big, soft, rubbery skirt, and under the skirt, which I'll be removing, is going to be this big old crotch piece with big gaps for his legs, so his legs can go out. Wow, his legs can go out quite wide. It's a better view for what that looks like. pretty ugly joints, but it does allow for good posability, I think. I am new to the He-Man line, so I can't really comment on it a lot. Okay, and his head does sit on there kind of loosely. I believe, yeah, it's on a dumbbell peg, but side to side is almost nothing, forward and back only. But yeah, it looks like they could have made a better design for that. But this guy's face is kind of cute, if I do say so myself. He's just kind of a little chunky, chubby guy. But okay, let's look at his articulation. So the head, like we said, the dumbbell joint, you can look up that far, down that far, side to side, and a tiny bit of attitude, but barely any. So, okay, his arms will go up. His arms will go up to just there. So not a lot of flexibility on this Ram Man. That's kind of disappointing. I didn't realize it was quite that bad. They will twist all the way around. He has a single jointed elbow that will get you that far. So not quite to 90. It looks like he'd have more space, but it doesn't want to move more. So, okay. And that does swivel also. So you have a little bit more options. But yeah, no bicep cut. So it kind of hampers the options for posability. As far as his arm goes, that's it. There's nothing here. Of course, that swivel, but nothing here. And then his hands do. Is it in focus? Sorry, his hands do swivel and hinge down that far and back that far. Okay. At the waist, he does have a regular like waist cut torso twist. So it is really, really awkward looking when you see it like that. But yeah, basically it's just the way he's made. Okay, he can kick forward. Whew. He can kick forward about that far, so not a whole lot. He can kick back almost not at all. Okay, and then we saw he can do the splits very well. I don't know why they focused on that so much, but he can do the splits quite well. And then he's got no thigh cut under here, but his knees will bend. I think his knees will bend. Oh my goodness, these joints are tight. Whew. That is one of the tightest joints I've seen, but his knees will bend like that. Geez, I wish we could see that. It's pretty hard to see. Knees will bend like that, and then they do move side to side, swivel just a little bit. Obviously, it depends how much you can swivel on how much you've twisted it. How much you've hinged it. If you haven't hinged it at all, you can go side to side quite well. He does have a boot cut. That's good. And he has ankles that will hinge up to there, back to there, and they do pivot. So, okay, so that is the Ram Man. We'll get check on his height real quick for you. Let's see where he's standing. Ram Man will go up to just about here. So he's just shy. Why will this thing never focus? I don't have it locked, but it still doesn't focus. He'll reach just about 7 inches, but he's just a little bit shy of it, I think. So about 17.6 centimeters or so, somewhere in there. And just curious, how wide is he? I've got his arms out a little bit. Somewhere around there, maybe. So it looks like he's about, little over 12 centimeters. That's about almost 5 inches across. Geez, that's not focused again. Sorry, about 5 inches across. So a little bit shy of 5 inches, but 4.5 inches across. But yeah, he is a beefy tank. So put this back on him. Okay, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next video. I don't know if this is a helpful video, but I like doing quick reviews of the things I'm going to customize. Maybe eventually we'll be able to see what he looks like after a customization. Okay, that's it. Bye for now.